Hi, I'm Greg with Fizzics Group, here with Barry, head brewer at Flying Fish Brewing Company in Somerdale, New Jersey. Barry, thanks for having us here today.
Oh, thank you for coming and showing me this invention.
Pleasure. Cheers. What are we drinking here today?
We have our flagship beer, Hopfish, which actually took a bronze medal at GABF this year for English Pale Ale.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Which is interesting for us to use in Fizzics because it's an English style Pale Ale where it's not like the classic American Pale Ale where it has a super hop presence of the citrus and grapefruit variety. This is a floral hop, which kind of really is very subtle. So I'm really surprised about the Fizzics really pulling out the floral hop aromas where it's more of a classic English style aroma profile where it's not so much in your face as the American style.
Tell us a little bit about how you got into brewing.
I was a home brewer. I started brewing probably about 1991. My friend had a home brew kit, failed at it completely, and I was just intrigued. I was in school for bio and chem, and it made kind of sense that I could make my own beer. And brewed a lot, started working in a homebrew shop, worked in a homebrew shop, got into work in a brewery, and I was hooked. So I've been brewing ever since.
Cool, so walk us through how you originally got started into brewing and then how you got to Flying Fish and kind of maybe a little bit of history about Flying Fish.
Okay. Home brewing started everything out, intrigued about all the new ingredients, brewed I think every week at least. Then I worked for the homebrew shop that was where we had our club, and just engage with trying to brew as many different beers and use as many different ingredients at the time. Transitioned that, I worked as an apprentice in a brewery like so many other people in a brew pub, hand bottled beer in the cold box, worked my way up through all the stations in the brewery and kind of earned my way in. And I went to school out in California for brewing and then came back and just went around the country brewing. I brewed in South Carolina and New York, and then worked for a couple regional sized brewing companies. And then finally I came to this company 4 years ago, and I've been brewing ever since. So it's been really cool.
So what would you say is Flying Fish's approach to craft beer?
Quality ingredients for a quality product. Fresh being the paramount section of that.
Sure. This is tasting very fresh.
Oh yeah.
Are there any upcoming projects you can tell us about?
We're opening a craft house in Philly in the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be
Awesome.
very exciting for us. It'll be the Flying Fish Craft House, and it's in Brewery Town. We will have all our beers, plus some one-offs and interesting beers on tap there. So it's going to be a great approach for us. It's a little bit different than having a brewery where I kind of send cases of beer and kegs out, and you wonder where it went and what's happening to it. So this is going to be great to really get closer to our consumer.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to stop by and
We'll have to
check
come
it out.
by, have a beer.
Yeah, definitely. If you could have 3 beer styles on tap for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Russian Imperial Stout, American Pale Ale, and probably Munich Helles.
Nice.
That would be my 3 choices because
That's
they
a
kind
solid
of
lineup.
they cross all the spectrums and fulfill all your flavor dynamics that you really want to have.
Yeah, definitely. What were your first impressions of the Fizzics system?
Skeptical. I just didn't understand its workings and what it was. I understood it put foam on beer and it used sonic waves to do it, but from the brewer it's always like, how does my intent really translate it to this medium to get to the end consumer? And I want to know about it. Anything I try back in the brew house has to be, I really want to run it through all however it's going to be, because this is the most important, going to the consumer. And seeing how it worked and what it actually did to our aroma profiles, changed my opinion about it. It's pretty cool.
Awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, last question for you here. If you could have a beer with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
I'd actually like to have a beer right now with Obama. He's the beer president. Ale to the chief. They brewed beer at the White House for him.
Yeah.
And he's had his beer summits. I don't think Donald Trump is that big of a beer drinker. So it's going to be sad to see a president go out that was so embracing of the culture of beer. So I would love to see him have a beer with him.
Cool, man. Well, it's great having a beer with you, man, and thanks for being so welcoming, inviting us to the brewery.
Thanks for showing me this.
Cheers.
Cheers.